Hello and welcome back. I just woke up from a nap. That has been the story of my life lately. If you know, you know. Still under the weather, but I'm hoping that this week I'm gonna pull through and that the Mucinex and the Zicam are gonna do their dang job and pull me through. So yeah, I am a little under the weather, but not so much under the weather that I can't come on and chat with you. You know, I love being with you. You know, I love chatting with you. And today's conversation, I think it's going to be, well, they always are great, but I think it's going to be a really cool conversation, a really cool chat for us to have about acupressure. So I want to just start diving into this right away. But before I do, I want to just give you kind of a lay of the land, so to speak, of what we're going to be talking about, because I always do that. And you know that that's how I operate. Okay. So we're going to talk about what the H is acupressure. Okay. We're going to talk about how you do it, whether you can do it yourself or with a licensed professional. And the answer to that is yes, you can do both. We're going to talk about what are the 12 meridians, because those are connected to this practice. And so you need to know why that's important and how that can help you, knowing the 12 meridians in the body. We're going to also talk about the benefits of this practice, as well as those who should probably not opt to do this, whether it be for a period of time or whether it be because you have some chronic issue going on that could really hinder the results, but also be not be beneficial for the body, just because of the nature of the way that your body is, the state that your body is in. So we're getting to all of it. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's dive in right now. All right. I don't know where this voice is coming from. I don't know where any of this is coming from. Probably the delusionalness, if that's even a word, from me being sick. But here we go. All right. So acupressure, not to be confused with acupuncture, okay, is an ancient Chinese principle. It's a type of massage that applies pressure to specific points on the body, and these are known as the acupressure points. And we use this as a complementary therapy, meaning it's something in addition to other things that we're already doing for our body. Okay, so it is not like the primary therapy that we're choosing to use to heal ourselves, but it can be used in conjunction with other things that we are using to help heal our bodies. And it overall can just enhance your wellness. Now, I'm going to take a sidestep here and share with you that acupressure is, like I just said, putting pressure, applying pressure on the body at these specific points, which we call meridians in the body. And that is different from acupuncture, which is where you are using needles to do the same thing, but you are using needles. Okay. So if you are someone who is either needle adverse or you just don't want that kind of thing going on in your body, I get you. I understand. You don't have to go that route. You can still get the same benefit, sometimes even greater benefit, with acupressure than you could acupuncture. Okay. So, and I feel like acupressure is a lot less talked about just because there are a lot more, in my opinion, there are a lot more acupuncturists out there and not as many acupressurists, right? On that same token, you can, because you're not using needles, you can do this yourself. You know, you can learn and train under somebody and, you know, get the training needed for you to be able to do it yourself. So you don't have to go to someone who is an acupressurist to have this done. You can learn how to do it on your own for your own self, which also is pretty cool. All right. So I think the next best way or the next best thing for us to chat about is the meridians, right? So meridians are locations in the body and they actually connect to our brain, and then to our organs. So if they're blocked, then we are more likely to develop illness. Okay. And this is all according to traditional Chinese medicine. All right. So you can also do this type of healing modality with clothes on or with your clothes off, right? So the choice is yours. So I think that's also something really to be cognizant of and aware of, is that, yes, it's kind of like a massage, right? But you don't have to take all your clothes off, which is nice, because, especially if you're someone, again, who doesn't like that type of thing, you don't have to worry about it. Now, I would recommend that if you are going to someone, that they are licensed to do acupressure, and those individuals are going to be using many different techniques, or a variety of techniques. Hi, Riker's here with us. If you didn't know, now you know. And so they're going to either be using their fingers, their palms, their elbows, their feet, yes, or some special devices that will allow them to apply pressure to the acupoints on the body's meridians. All right. And again, this can range from, $40 an hour to $150 an hour. This is just a ballpark range that I'm giving you, but from my research, it can range. So again, if this is something that you want to invest in, because most of our health insurances are not going to cover this, right? If this is something that you want to do for yourself, awesome. If it is something that you want to, learn how to do for yourself, that's great too, right? There's no shame either way in whatever you decide. But I think it's just good to know that, yes, there are people out there that do it, but yes, you should be choosing someone that is licensed and has plenty of experience doing this and has a good reputation, right? And many client testimonials. But also know that, like, if somebody's charging you like $500 an hour, probably you're gonna have a hard pass on that, right? So, I mean, unless they're doing like some fabulous extra bonuses that go with that, although still, I don't think that I would pay $500 an hour for that, but I digress. So that's that. Sorry, Riker is in my way here, and I've got an itch on my back. The things. If you're watching me on the screen, you know what's going on here, okay? It is real life. Riker, are you okay? Do we need to take a pause, or are you gonna be all right? You gonna cough up a loogie, or what's going on here? You ready? You ready, pretty? Ready, pretty boy? All right. So, what are the 12 meridians, you might ask? You might be like, where are these? What are these? And this is a great question. So let's dive into that, okay? So the 12 meridians, there are 14 areas of the body, but the 12 meridians are like the actual like organs that the meridians are connected to. So those are the lung, the large intestine, the stomach, the spleen, the heart, the small intestine, the bladder, kidneys, pericardium, triple energizer, also known as triple wormer, which is not really an organ. It focuses on your metabolism, your gallbladder, and your liver. Okay. Now, it has been said, again, like I said earlier, that if any one of these meridians are blocked, that's when we start to develop dis-ease or disease, right? So in order to keep these unblocked, right, and to keep the passage flowing so that your brain can connect to those organs, and we can experience qi, which is energy in Chinese medicine, we need to be actively making sure that these meridians are healthy, right? And one way we can do that is through massaging these energy points, okay? So I'm going to give you 3 examples of the three different meridians, and where that energy point is located on the body, as well as when you massage this energy point, what it can do, what it can help to heal in the body. It's also interesting to note that, say, for example, the first one I'm going to share with you is the stomach. So the stomach meridian is not the acupressure point is not on your stomach. Okay. If you look at a chart, I think it would be helpful for you to do that. If you look at a chart, just pull up, the 12 meridians on Google, you'll see that the 12 meridians, what that I just shared, large intestine, lung, spleen, small intestine, heart, so on and so forth, they're not located where the actual organ is. Okay. So just to share that with you, like if you're thinking, oh, the stomach, meridian is probably located by the stomach. No, it's not. So just FYI. And that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day. But the stomach intestine, or good Lord, the stomach meridian is actually located in front of the leg and below the knee. And this point treats digestive disorders. It can also support immune deficiency, fatigue, and other illnesses. And then it also helps with emotionally and becoming more emotionally and physically grounded. Okay, so applying pressure to the front of your leg just below the knee is going to help your stomach meridian. And it's going to help digestion, immune support, help reduce fatigue, and just help you keep healthier, overall healthy feeling in the body in general. All right, so that would be the stomach meridian. The spleen meridian is located on the inner side of the leg above the ankle. And this point treats hormonal disorders like irregular menstruation, digestion, and immune disorders. Okay, so again, this one's near the ankle, not anywhere near where the spleen would be in the lower abdomen. And then the last one I'm going to share with you is the liver. And so the liver meridian is located on the top of the foot and between the second and first toes. And this point treats headaches, and it's used to balance emotional energy. And it can also help to regulate menstruation and to reduce high blood pressure. So, I mean, you're hearing me say quite a few things, right? Which is why it's like, wow, a lot of these things we naturally deal with, but we don't know how to help alleviate them or help get rid of them, right? And so, I mean, wouldn't that be awesome if we started to massage these energy points and helped our bodies to start to heal themselves? Again, I'm not saying that this is going to be the magic fix, but it is something that most of us are not doing, myself included, on a regular basis. And if we were to do that, I think we would see a lot more in terms of the gains or benefits from having done so. All right, so what are the after effects, right? Like, what might you feel after you do an acupressure session, if you will, right? So if done correctly, you're going to feel symptom relief, right? Your body may feel a little tender or sore, so you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated, because we always want to keep our bodies hydrated, and especially after a massage. Your body needs to be refueled because it's taken a beating, even though you don't think you've been doing like a lot of physical work. You've been moving your body and letting out stagnant energy. So you need to make sure that you are staying hydrated, make sure that you're still eating healthy, that you're avoiding stimulants. Now that you've opened these energy channels, things like stimulants are going to affect you a lot quicker. And so to support your body in that healing process and maintaining your energy, avoiding stimulants is going to be huge. And you also want to make sure that you're holding off on strenuous exercise, because like I just said, even though you were moving your body per se, your body has gone through a lot, right? It's almost like its own form of exercise when you're doing an acupressure session. So, holding off on that exercise for a little bit, especially if it's strenuous, is going to be a good thing. Maybe even just taking the day off from that strenuous exercise and resuming it the next day, or when your body truly feels ready to tackle that. So let's dive into the benefits, right? Because I think we all want to know, like, okay, so if I do this, like what are some of the good benefits that come out of it, right? So one of the things that comes out of it is helping to reduce pain. Okay. So if you're someone who has chronic low back pain, maybe you just had some surgery, so you're feeling like a little post-op pain, it can help reduce that. If you are someone who deals with chronic headaches, it can support reducing those headaches and or eliminating them. And if you have acuter versions of arthritis, it can help to release endorphins, which are going to then promote an anti-inflammatory effect in the body, which is going to help to decrease the pain or the sensation of pain from that arthritis. Now, we're going to talk about a little bit here in a moment. Those who should not be utilizing this approach, and there is a caveat to the arthritis piece here, so we'll chat about that here in a moment. But the next thing I want to share is that it actually can help you to improve your mental health, because it actually helps to reduce fatigue, which then increases your mood, and just boosts your mood and supports your body overall in that way, right? Also, if it's helping to release, like I said, endorphins, it's going to give you that feel good feeling in your body. So it's going to help to release and reduce that anxiety and tension in the body. Additionally, it can help you with your sleep. So it can help you to increase the duration of your sleep. It can help to lessen the amount of sleep disturbances that you have. And it can also help you fall asleep faster. So again, like, hello, who wouldn't want that? I'm raising my hand. I would love that. Thank you. And then last but definitely not least, it can also be very supportive for those that have endured cancer, that are cancer survivors. So many times individuals who have experienced radiation and chemo are also very much more prone to feelings of nausea and vomiting. And so this can help to relieve and or reduce the feelings of that. All right, and then the last thing that I want to share is just who this therapy might not be for. And before I go into that, I want to just give a blanket statement. Anyone who is interested in pursuing looking into this complementary therapy and actually doing it, giving acupressure a try, you need to have a conversation with your doctor, and I would highly recommend that you get their approval first. You get their go ahead to say, yes, let me try this, before you actually go out there and do it yourself, because there are many complications that could occur from this if you are someone who is in an at-risk group that doesn't heed this warning of going and chatting with your doctor first to make sure that this is something that they feel would be of benefit for you. So that being said, the groups that would want to look at this as maybe a down the road type of situation, or maybe just hold off completely, even after chatting with your doctor, would be those who are actively going through cancer treatment. Okay. Those with rheumatoid arthritis. So if you have a mild version of arthritis, you might be okay. But those with rheumatoid arthritis, which is usually pretty intense pain, you're going to want to probably not do this. And again, please, 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 please chat with your doctor before you try to go down any of these routes of doing any type of complementary therapy or anything in general that is outside your normal day-to-day routine, because you need to make sure that what you're doing for your body is of benefit and not going to harm you. So, in addition, those that have a spinal injury or bone disease are going to not want to be doing this. If you have a case of varicose veins, also not a great choice for you. And then last but not least, if you are a woman who is pregnant, you are not going to want to do this, because this could potentially induce contractions. So that being said, I mean, I don't like to put that last, but it is important to share that. And I do want to make sure that I am giving you the full details of this. While yes, this is an incredible modality, this is an incredible tool, a therapy to have, it's also something that we need to be conscious of, that it's not for everyone. And so again, as I wrap this up, if this is something that you're interested in, please do your due diligence, please do your homework and look into who's available to do it in your area. You know, what does it cost? But then even before that, go to your doctor and make sure that your doctor gives you the go ahead, gives you the okay to do it. Because even if you look all this stuff up, you know who you want to go to, or you learn how to do it yourself, that's not going to be of benefit to you if at the end of the day your doctor said, no, this is probably not beneficial to you given X, Y, and Z reasons, right? So just do your homework, do your due diligence, and make sure that if you choose to go down this route, that you have done all of the to-dos that I've just shared with you. So chat with your doctor, look for those that are practicing in your area that have a good long history of doing this and lots of good testimonials. I would also, you know, if you go in there and you don't like the location, or you don't like the individual, and you don't even want to like stay, right? Like, you are entitled, as we all are, to walk out and say, nope, I don't feel comfortable with this, right? So, you know, just like a doctor, if you don't feel you're being listened to, you don't feel you're being respected or heard and or valued, you don't do it, right? So I think that's just also important to know that you are the client, so you get to determine how that situation goes for you, right? Like, you get to decide whether you do or don't choose a certain person you know, to support you with this healing modality. So that is that. All right, I'm going to wrap things up. I hope you have a great start to your week. I can't believe it is the month of October. Holy freaking cow. A week from today is my birthday. So I just realized next Monday, I will be on the podcast. It'll actually be an interview, but I will be coming to you on my birthday. Next Monday. So how cool is that? Super cool. So as always, I love you so much. Thank you so much for being with me every single week here. If you know of someone who could benefit from this podcast, please share this link with them. It would mean the world to me. If you know anyone that wants to join us in the podcast Facebook community, it's a group of 80 women strong. I would love to continue to grow that group and just continue to foster that love of health and learning, and sharing our love of health and learning in that group, as well as just bringing more women together to share their health journeys and their healing journeys, to show that we are not alone in this, and that we are all here for one another, and we can all support one another in so many incredible ways. So if any of that speaks to you, please, please, please scroll down to the bottom, click the link to join the Facebook group, tag me, and send this on over to a friend. You know, all the things, because I absolutely freaking love this podcast. You know it. And it just means the world to me that I get to freaking show up here every stinking week. I don't know why I said stinking, but probably because I don't want to curse. And so that's the word that naturally comes out of my mouth, because currently I am a teacher, and so I'm trying to be cautious, right? All right, I'm going to wrap things up because clearly I'm just rambling. So I hope you have a wonderful start to your week, first full week of October. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking do this. And I will chat with you next week. Take care.